If you use Claude, ChatGPT, or Gemini, you know that hallucinations is a big problem. It's basically when AI gives you a completely wrong answer or makes up information by itself. And today I'm going to be showing you guys a solution to this problem, and that is using Cuey. The way the solution works is that whenever you use your AI platform, it's going to run in the background and check answers from other models as well. So for example, if you're using Claude, it's going to run in the background and give that same prompt to ChatGPT, to Gemini, and to Grok, for example. And then it's going to analyze and compare all those answers. And if it finds a better one, it's going to notify you. It's basically like getting a second opinion from another AI to verify that your answer is correct. And today I'll be giving you guys a complete walkthrough of how to set up Cuey and how to use it. So without any further ado, let's jump in and get started. Alright, so today we're checking out this Chrome extension called Cuey. It basically compares different AI models and gives you the best answer. So to install it, it's pretty simple. Just go to cuey.io. You're going to find a link to that in the description below. Once you're on there, just click add Cuey to Chrome, and then it should be installed just like you would normally install a Chrome extension. But once you're on there, if you can just go to ChatGPT or any other AI model, for example, you're using Claude, Gemini, any of those, and we can just go ahead and give it a prompt like we normally would. So I'm going to test this with a pretty famous prompt, which is basically, I want to wash my car at a car wash. It's about 50 meters away. Should I walk or drive? Now, normally the answer should be to drive, obviously, because you're washing your car, so you need your car with you. But because the distance is low, usually AI models do get tripped up on this, and they are going to say that you should walk. So let's just send this to ChatGPT and let's see what it says. And you can see that it says walk, which we know is the wrong answer. And you can see down here, Cuey is comparing models. So Cuey is automatically working in the background to check with other models, Gemini and Claude in this case, and I believe Grok as well. And it's going to notify us if it finds a better answer, which I think it did. Automatic comparisons, we found an enhanced answer, view it in the sidebar. So I'm just going to click view, and you can see that this is the correct answer. So you should drive to the car wash. While the distance is very short, your primary goal is to have the vehicle physically present, which makes a lot of sense. And yeah, it just gives you like some details. And you can also look at the analysis as well. So you can see that you can see the reasoning process behind it. So basically got all answers from Claude, ChatGPT, and Grok, and then it compared them and sort of used AI to come up with an analysis and a better answer. And you can also view the original answers from the individual models. So you can see Gemini said that you should drive. You cannot wash the car unless it's physically present. Claude also, yeah, Claude just tripped up totally on this. Said you should walk. And Grok, on the other hand, yeah, you can see that it said drive. So I hope you guys get the idea that having multiple opinions on this or having multiple results from different models is just generally a better approach, because the probability of multiple models hallucinating in the same exact problem is lower. So maybe ChatGPT hallucinates in one problem and Claude gets it right, or Gemini hallucinates, and ChatGPT gets it right. There's going to be some model at least that gets it much better than the others. Now I think Cuey is going to be especially helpful if you're doing things related to research, for example, where there's most likely going to be a variation between different models' answers. For example, if you're asking it for advice, asking it for a strategy of some sorts, or just doing any sort of judgment heavy work in which the model has to make a decision. In those cases, Cuey is going to be your best friend. It's going to help you quite a bit in catching hallucinations and just giving you a better answer. And even apart from those situations, if you just want a more reliable and better answer, using Cuey is going to be a pretty good option in that scenario. And also what you can do is you can sort of manually compare this with other models as well. So for example, if I press this plus icon right here, you can see that it's basically going to allow me to pick up to 3 models, and then I can get my answer from all those models. So my recently used ones are these, but you can see that there's essential. These are, the faster models, or the smaller models. Then you have the pro models and then the premium models. Don't get misled by this. All of them are available in the free tier as well. So you can access the pro and premium models even if you don't pay them. I think there's just a limit of how many prompts you can do. But we're going to talk about pricing in just a bit. For example, let's just select Opus 4.6, and let's do, let's say, Sonnet 4.6, and then let's do DeepSeek, whatever. And then we can just compare it. And in this case, Cloud Opus says that you should drive. DeepSeek is just talking about the health benefits of walking for some reason. So that doesn't, help us. And you can not only see all these answers, you can also click this button down here. It's called Meld. It's going to show you a melded answer, which is going to be basically all those answers analyzed and then combined into one, sort of much better answer. This is most likely going to be the best answer that you can get because it's all those AI answers combined. But I hope you guys get an idea of how you can could just compare custom models. And you also have this prompt section here. So you can store prompt templates here basically, which means that let's say, you use it to, for example, I personally, I'm a YouTuber, I use it to respond respond to sponsor emails, for example, right? So a use case that I can think of is maybe, when I get an email from a sponsor, I just have a prompt template that is stored in this, and I just give it that prompt template, give it the email from the sponsor, and it just writes a response automatically. So you can do something like that. You also have this library of prompts where you're going to find a whole bunch of different prompt templates. So an example would be, summarize the main findings from, a financial report, for example, right? You can just select that and you can just fill in some information here. So for example, let's do Q1 2026, and then output language, you can just be English. And then we can ask ChatGPT, but obviously you want to also, add a financial report. Ideally, you would want to add that before, and then add a prompt, and then it will give you a better answer as opposed to, just giving it a prompt yourself. Another great feature I want to talk about is memories inside of Cuey. So the way I got to this page, by the way, was just going to extensions and then click Cuey, assuming you've installed it. But once you're on there, just go to memory. And basically right now I have no memories, but as you speak to your AI, Cuey will start to store your memories. So for example, you tell ChatGPT how many kids you have, that information will be stored inside of Cuey. And later on, when you talk to Claude, for example, Claude doesn't know that information about you, but if you're using Cuey, Cuey will inject that information into your prompt, and Claude will also know that information about you. So that way your memories across AIs can be, unified, and all the AI models will know the specific details that you want them to know, right? Now you can obviously control your memories here. You can delete something if you want. The way you import memories, by the way, is by clicking this button right here, personalize Cuey with ChatGPT memory. If you click this, it's going to take you to ChatGPT. It's going to put in a prompt and get all your memories. Now, obviously, if you're someone like me, you would be thinking about, privacy concerns. So I wanted to mention that they are using a privacy first architecture, which means that all the sensitive data is encrypted. There's no prompt logging, or, they don't train anything on your user prompts, and they don't track your browser or anything like that. If you go to their website, by the way, you're going to see that the first thing that comes after home is privacy. You can read the full privacy architecture if you want for your peace of mind, but that's how memories work. But with that being said, now I want to talk about pricing, and that is, I think, where this tool really shines. So if you just go to pricing right here, you can see that the free version allows you 15 comparisons per week. Now, to be honest, this can be enough for you if you don't use AI that heavily, and you turn off automatic comparisons and only compare things that you want to compare. So for that use case, using the free tier is going to be perfect. But if you want to just try it out, you can also try it out, and then eventually, if you want more comparisons, so for 100 comparisons per week, you can just pay them $10 a month, and that should be it. And now, because you made it this far in the video, Cuey has a special coupon code for you. It's called NAFE60. I'm going to have it on the screen right now. You can use that code to get 60 days of Pro for free. You don't have to enter your credit card or anything like that. You're going to get it completely for free. And after that 60-day period, you can just decide whether you want to continue or not. Now, I personally think it's really competitively priced, because the fact that they have to pay for all these APIs for all these AI models, I think that might actually be losing money on the Pro tier still. So because this tool is pretty new in the market, it's priced really affordably. So be sure to lock in the price as soon as you can, because they might increase it in the future. But with that, I think this video comes to an end. I really hope you guys try it out. You don't need to buy the Pro version. Just try it out for free. Try it out, see if you like the results, and then you can make your decision. But that was today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. I really hope you guys learned something new as well. And I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.